Hey, everybody. If you're watching on replay, put it in the comments, hashtag replay. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get on. As you're popping on, tell me hi. If you're working on a project, tell me what you're working on. Tell me how your weekend was. Give me all the goodies. We started started right on time. I try and get a little bit early, but you know how that goes. Hi, Mama. It's cold here. My mom and dad are in Florida. When she says it's cold, I don't think she means it's cold. Holly, working on your geogradient and your trellis. Linda, I would love to see the sun too. It came out for like a minute yesterday and I got a chance to sit in my backyard. And as soon as I got comfortable, it was gone. And it was gone for the rest of the day. So again, as you're popping on, tell me hi in the comments. Tell me what you're working on. Tell me how your weekend was. Bonnie working on painting triangles, socks. Excellent. My mom says it feels cold. Feels is a little bit different. Nicole working on your black and white socks. Awesome. Debbie working on a cowl from the yarn crawl. Shar working on a baby blanket. Last baby blanket. Excellent. I assume they're not Christmas gifts, but they're just for specific babies. Leanne working on your lemon spritz. Terry working on your pure local. Excellent. Everybody's got some good projects going. It's definitely like sit inside and out of the rain and cool air kind of weather. So I think we're all inside doing stuff like that. Oriana working on your Firebird scarf. Excellent. I apologize if you guys see me rubbing my neck a lot. I did something last week to it and I've been kind of out of commission for the past few days. So I'm trying to ignore it as much as possible. Noelle, package arrived. Excellent. Working on your shawl. There are 3 coming. Okay. Good for you for getting it all done. I'm impressed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is Monday, October 16th. My name is Kristen. I'm the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located in downtown Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC Marketplace. Market hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Did it happen after you posted about the spa you go to? Oh, to Emily. No, it happened before that, but that's probably one of the things that made me think of it. I saw her again today, my massage therapist. If you guys need a good massage therapist, I can send you the right direction. She's out on St. Andrews. She's wonderful. Josie working on your angel cowl. So where was I? Marketplace is open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Deb has drop-in help classes on Monday nights and Saturday afternoons. Nicole just started her crochet class. It sounds like that's a full class and that is going well. We will have more of those in the future. If there are things that you would be interested in a class on, put it in the comments and let me know. I know Joyce just finished up a round or is just getting ready to finish up a round of 2 at a time toe socks. And maybe I can talk either Joyce or Suzanne into doing another class, or even Nicole once her crochet class is done, maybe into another crochet project. So just let me know, pop it in the comments either now, or if you think about it later, you can always go back to the video and put comments in after the fact. So let's talk about knitting and yarn and all of the good things. I'm in the middle of a row, so I'm going to keep knitting on this while we're chatting, but you may recognize the sweater I'm wearing. This is the Lano sweater by, I have it right here in front of me, Dawn Barker. Lano. I know Melissa will post a picture of it too, or a link to the pattern. It's a sweater that is designed for yarns that do the assigned pooling. Sorry, Melissa, I don't think I warned you about that one. Oh, she got it. She's so fast. So the yarn is our custom, one of our custom colors from Wonderland Yarns with this, if I can take this apart, not to make too much of a mess with it. So yarns that have the assigned pooling effect are going to look like this in this game, where what probably 70% of the skein is one color, and then you have just this little blip of another color. What it does, because each round will give you each time you knit through one repeat of the yarn, let's say that, you'll get through a mostly gray with a little pop of that color. So in this top, hi Jill. In this top, what she does is there's a little decorative stitch each time you get to that little pop of color that you do. And she explains it really well in the pattern. I believe she's got some videos on it too. But we have been waiting for this yarn to come back in stock, and it finally did. So this is their Marianne base, which is their sock or fingering weight. Each one is 4 ounces, 475 yards. 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. These are $29.50 a piece. And this is called Out of Service in Saginaw. That's this color. My sample took 4 skeins. This is the 36-inch size. It's written to be a boxier top, so you can see it's a little bit wider. The sleeves are narrower. I think I mentioned this before when I did it, because you cast on at one sleeve and you knit your way across. So a couple things, if you wanted to make this, but you don't like the wide neckline, all you'd have to do is just knit fewer inches from here to here as you're working your way across. You could stop sooner, and that would make your neck shorter or a little bit narrower. And with the sleeves, it's kind of, just make sure if you did that, make sure you do the same thing on the back, because it is reversible. There's not like really front back shaping to it. So make sure if you shorten the number of rows on the front, you shorten the number of rows on the back. The sleeve increases and decreases on this are interesting because they're all done right between here and here. And then the whole rest of the sleeve is the same width. It seems kind of odd to me that they do it that way. Hi, Aunt Jackie. If I did one again, I would probably space those out more like a traditional sweater. But it's really comfy, really cozy. So we have that back in stock. If you pre-ordered yours, we have it set aside. I think I have 5 or 6 bags of this color behind the counter set aside for people who pre-ordered theirs or had requested that we set some aside for them. So know that we have yours tucked away safely. What I did, and I posted about this last week, but I want to highlight it tonight. What I also did this time was ask them to, I'm going to knit that sweater down here in January. Excellent. I asked them to dye the same, they call it color burst style in our color, in our out of service in Saginaw color on their sport weight yarn. So this is Mad Hatter. I didn't focus very well, did it? Yeah, there we go. Sport weight, 344 yards in 4 ounces. This is 100% superwash merino. And look at this, you guys. It's so squishy. We have a lot of ideas for one skein projects, but really I feel like I might need to find a sport weight sweater to use some of this and to make myself a sweater, because it's just so squishy. I can have a whole closet of coordinating sweaters. Why not? Maybe I should make myself a pair of pants out of the sport weight. That would be fun. Then I have like coordinates, but not identical. So ideas to do with one skein of sport weight yarn that's assigned pooling. The bright side scarf would be one idea. My mom knit this sample and loaned it to me. A simple asymmetrical shawl where when you get to that pop of color, all you do is the opposite. So if you're on a knit row, you purl it. If you're on a purl row, you knit it. And this is one skein of their Mad Hatter, their sport weight yarn. Another option would be this color burst cowl. So we've had this in the shop. I do have other colors of their color burst yarn here. I had them send another mystery pack, I guess. Dyer's choice is what they call it. So if they have some sitting on a shelf in the warehouse, those are what get sent to us, which is kind of fun because we don't know what we're going to get. So I did get a restock of those. I think I got 10 or 12 more skeins in different colors. But this pattern, if you buy a skein of the sport weight color burst yarn, we'll give you a copy of this pattern for free. This is a pattern that I wrote, and I just called it the color burst cowl. But it takes one skein on size 6 needles, I think. Yes, super easy, but a really fun effect. So that's some fun ideas for that yarn. The sport weight is also $29.50. So they're $29.50 each for those. And then we got more. What fell? Hang on. Finally, we got more of the Brenda and Heather DK weight gradient. So there's a little tag that shows you how it goes from blue to red. I probably, now that I have some of this in the store, I will wind one of these up into a ball so you can see the actual color change. Hi, Tony. But it's not a repeating color. It just goes through the colors one time. And I have 2 scarves here and neither one of them show that very well. But we're trying to make the best use of the yarn. So this is, you guys, I just realized they labeled them wrong. Oh, the first batch, they labeled the weights wrong. This batch, can you see that? Sagamore standard instead of Saginaw. So they're usually pretty good about reprinting labels, so I will have to have them do that. It's supposed to be called Saginaw standard. So I have a lot of this set aside too for people that pre-ordered. I know that there were some at the retreat that pre-ordered theirs last weekend, a week ago, and some people in store. So if you pre-ordered yours, again, pop in or give us a call and we'll have that on its way to you. But this is the project that has gotten everybody all excited about that yarn. So this is the Knit Weave cowl by Susan Ashcroft. Like a bandana style cowl. But the pattern calls for 2 colors originally, main color and contrast color. What I did was wind the yarn into a ball. And again, when you wound it into a ball, it would look like, blue at the middle of the ball and red on the outside of the ball. So instead of main color and contrast color, we pulled from the opposite 2 ends to create this really cool geometric effect. My plan is that I'm just going to have an army of people, knitters or receivers of knitwear out in the wild. Hang on, the shop phone's ringing. Okay, sorry about that. I want to have a whole army of people out in the wild who are wearing this. So I just can imagine this winter, if you're out somewhere and you see somebody else wearing one, it's going to be a cool thing. It's much simpler than it looks. The whole thing is knit flat and then seamed at the back. But you start with this little bit right here. So you start with the blue. These are all just slip stitches. So when you get to that red section, it's like knit 4, slip 2, knit 4, slip 2. It's mosaic. It's not stranded. You're only working with one color at a time. So that is the Knit Weave Cowl. You can't buy the pattern on its own. It comes as an ebook for 3 patterns, but it's about the price of one normal pattern, and you get those 3. And the other 2 patterns that are in that ebook look pretty cool. Another option would be the, now I told Melissa what the name of it was, and now I can't remember. Wigglin' Bandana. Same designer, Susan Ashcroft. You can tell this is one skein. You can tell that Stacy knit this one, and you can tell that she used a larger needle, or that she's a looser knitter. Because if you knit something a little bit more loosely, you can you get a bigger result. So for those who are a little bit broader shoulders or a little bit bustier, you don't necessarily have to modify the pattern. You could just jump up 1 or 2 needle sizes and get a larger finished garment. So she did the same thing. Started up here, pulling from the inside and the outside of the ball for the 2 different colors. And you can see as it changes from blue and red into the oranges and into the grays. So both really fun ideas. One skein, I don't remember how much those are. I want to say they're $32.50, but I don't have them marked yet. At least not that one. So that's what's new in terms of yarn. Project-wise, I didn't even bring my Hito Fude out because honestly, I haven't worked on it at all since the last time I talked to you all. I am working on the Geo Gradient Knit Along. Holly mentioned that she's working on it. So if you haven't started yet and you don't want to be, if you don't want to see it, then Melissa said a lady came into the shop Saturday and was eyeballing the Knit Weave to buy and wear home. Told her it wasn't for sale just yet. Yep, nope, it's not. Tell her she could take a class and learn how to knit. So if you don't want any spoilers, then, you know, close your eyes and close your ears for a couple minutes while I talk about this. But clue 1, as I mentioned last week, there was a little confusion about clue 1. I went ahead and switched mine out to this really cool graphic square. I know there have been a lot of people that have done, tried a lot of different techniques and different methods. Karen, if you've been in the shop and seen hers, Karen has done it where she's done these as 4 triangles separately that she's going to seam together. And each one is a color offset. So where here it's white in the middle, here it will be the second color, here it would be the third color, here it would be the 4th color. So they're all just offset a little bit. But I'm trying to follow the pattern and stay true to his instructions, because that's what people assume when they're looking at a shop sample, is that it's knit to instructions. However, what I'm struggling with right now is the fact that, let me get my yarns out of the way. His original clue 1 ended with color D, which is the darkest, this darkest purple up here. His revised clue 1 ends with color B, which is this variegated. That's our Sayana standard smushy with cashmere that's in there. Look how pretty that looks in there. It's so pretty. So because all of this was written ahead of time, he didn't change the color order. So if you follow clue 2 the way it's written, it tells you to start with color A again. Yeah, she puts them all over the place. So because his original first clue ended with D, he would go A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. We ended with B, but he still has you starting back with A again. So you end up with these 2 colors repeating twice. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm really trying to knit what he's written. but I don't know if my eyes can handle it. Some people might not have a problem with it, but it's also like, those people that want their stripes to match up on their socks. I am one of those people. So my other thought, I was just chatting with Melissa about this before we got started. My other thought is that I will do one side, because you have to do the same thing with the other two corners or the other two edges. I might do one side the way the pattern's written and the other side the way I think it should be and hope it doesn't mess things up too much going forward because then I would be ending on color B instead of color D. I don't know. Maybe that requires too much brain space and I should just go with what he says, right? But he did put in the message boards on the forums that it's not going to mess anything up if you change the color orders so they stay consistent. You'll still have plenty of yarn. And he said, you could do that if you want, start with color C instead of color A. Let's see. I know I had more to talk about, but I didn't write very many notes down. Oh, I just got an email today from Dream in Color that our October pop-up club is going to be shipping out tomorrow or Wednesday to us. So as a reminder, if you want to pre-order the pop-up club or you're not sure, this one it's beautiful. I'll tell you, I won't give you colors, but I will tell you the name of the yarn is Diving in the Keys, like Key West. If that gives you any sort of idea on the colors. But you can pre-order any of the month colors. This club goes 10 months. August was the first month. So October will be the third. If you pre-order before we get the yarn here in the shop, you get a little bit of a discount. As soon as the yarn is here in our hot little hands, it goes back up to regular price. So keep that in mind. They have a pattern suggestion for this one too that uses a little bit of mohair, and we did order mohair to coordinate with it. So if that's something that interests you, let us know. As I get a little bit more information, I will be posting it on Facebook with colors, swatches, all of that good stuff. It's a beautiful project. As far as other clubs go, I apologize to you, those of you who are doing the Wonderland D-Stitch Nation, which is the storybook club, or the Herstory, or what's the other club? The Rainbow, Explore the Rainbow. I am, I think, a month behind on actually opening the packages and getting those out to everybody. The dogs are commenting in the comments, you guys. Little Chief and Storm. Why not? Leanne, okay, you can sign up either in the shop or online. So yeah, you can go online and order them. You can come in the store and order them. Same thing goes where if you pay for the yarn before it's here in the shop, you get a little bit of a discount. You can pay for all the months ahead of time if you want. You can pay for 3 months at a time. Totally up to you. The only thing is we only get 10 skeins total. So if you want to make sure that you get one, we would recommend pre-ordering them. Is there anyone that uses a sock machine? Saw a guy with one at Fiber Fest. Elaine Mack, who is one of our customers, has one, and I sell some of her hand cranked socks here in the shop. She doesn't come in all that often, but you might be able to reach out to her, or I could have her reach out to you. She uses it for quite a bit of things, and I know you can do so much more than socks on it. You can do fingerless mitts, you can do stuffed animals, hats, well, depending on the size of things, scarves, swatches for shops. Malcolm, I would love one, but they're They are not an inexpensive investment. It would kind of be like buying another sewing machine. But it is a tool. Okay, I posted last week too that we got the rest of the colors. Maybe I talked about it last week. I can't remember, you guys. That we got the rest of the colors of the Malabrigo Zodiac in, so we have most of them. And also, I can't knit and chat very well. We got some restock of some colors of Ultimate Sock and Malabrigo Sock, as well as, I don't know, a few other colors of Rios. So there are a few popular colors in the sock yarn that we can't keep in stock very often or for very long, and that is the Wales Road, which is like the bluey purple, and then Coach d'Azur, which is a deep blue color. Jody, if you're watching this now, or if you watch this later, yes, I set some of that aside for you, so don't worry about that. But they come 5 in a bag, so they usually don't stay on the shelf very long. I try to alternate what I order since I can't carry all the colors from all of the dyers. I try and kind of vary what I order each time. So something I ordered this time, I probably won't order next time, etc. Look at my notes. Gradients, we talked about that. You guys, I think this is going to be a short one this week. I don't have anything else on my notes to talk about. We don't really have any big events coming up other than Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. We will be doing some promotions, but try to remember for a lot of the smaller stores like us or any independently owned stores, we can't run the big sales and do things like big box stores can to discount things out. So it's more about shopping local, supporting small locally owned businesses and helping us keep the lights on and the doors open. And in our case, keeping people around the table, chatting, having, the fellowship and just the camaraderie that happens around here. You guys know, I talk about it all the time. I love it. I love having a shop full of people. I love that people meet here and develop friendships they wouldn't have otherwise. So we appreciate your business and we appreciate you helping us keep going with it because we do love it. Karen, Deb, and I all love to be here. We love helping you all, whether it's just getting some basic supplies, picking out yarn for a new project, whatever it is. We are here and we're happy to help. So I hope everybody has a good week. And yeah, Melissa gets to meet everybody too. And she's like the Melissa. She's the Melissa when she comes in. That one. So have a good week. And if I don't see you here in the shop sometime this week, I will see you all right here next Monday at 7. All right. Bye, everybody. Oh.